Welcome back to What Are Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T92 HMC. It's the Tier 10 American SPG. It's on the South Spawner steps under the command of Colonel Coyote. Biggest gun in the game, 24 centimeters caliber. They didn't make many of them, only 5, and it was going to be used for Operation Downfall, or some people called it Operation Downfall, others called it Operation Olympic, which was of course the invasion of the Japanese mainland. It was anticipated they would be using it from one island to the other, but thankfully they didn't actually have to go ahead with the invasion because it would have cost a huge number of people's lives. But the war ended, of course, the obvious way. Obvious way, I should say, actually ended because of course they dropped the atomic bombs and saved a lot of people's lives, and only killed people in 2 specific cities. But anyway, this Arty is capable of doing 1,100 hit points of damage, and it will penetrate through 60mm of armor. It's also got a monstrous reload time, 46.38 seconds. And Colonel Coyote's got it down to 41.34. He's decided to go up the top of the hill at the back. And I do like this position myself, actually, because it enables you to shoot in either direction. And, yep, he's already going to go to the west side. Oh, and an Object 277's already died to a Progetto 65. He fires at the T124. It looks like it landed short, though. Now, this Arty takes so long to reload that it gives you plenty of time to think about what you're going to do next and who you're going to hit next. There's one of these as a gate guard actually at the Detroit Arsenal, where of course a lot of American military equipment is made. That E4 is taking a bit of punishment. He's pulling back under fire, taking hits, and he's almost out of hit points. Here we go. Lined up a shot, and before we can shoot, he's killed, which means now that Colonel Coyote's going to have to change targets, and instead he's decided to go for the Super Conk. But it is quite a long time to dial in on the target. The aim time is officially 5.86, but remember, that's actually just for 1/3 of the aiming. You have to do more. And he has stunned the Super Conk. But, oh, was it him who stunned him? I think it might have been one of his teammates. He's got 2 Conqueror gun carriages on the enemy team, but on his own team he's only got 1 Conqueror gun carriage and a Batchat 155-58, and I think that was the one who actually stunned the Super Conk. So he's still short of any hit points, but the battle seems to be going rather well because they've already clocked 5 enemy kills. Okay, he's lined it up on the Super Conk. No sign of the enemy though. There is a 60 TP up there somewhere as well. Looks like the enemy's decided to go up to the northeast corner of the map. And they found an enemy target. Okay, this time it's a Leopard 1. He's almost fully dialed in. Fires the round in. And he gets 343 from stunning the Leopard and getting some splash. Oh, there's an enemy Arty in the corner. In fact, there's 2 enemy Artys in the corner. The T92's over there, and I think one of the Conquerors is over there as well. And there's a 114 SP2. I think he's lining up on the 114. That's the new Chinese premium tank destroyer. And there's the Conqueror gun carriages. One of them's just taken a massive hit. Rounds out. Oh my god, that's a bombardier! He hit the 114, but he took out both enemy Artys, both the remaining ones, the T92 and the Conqueror gun carriage, with 1 shot. And the enemy's being pulverised. This is a 13-0 win so far. 14-0. Is it going to be a 15-0? Yes, it is! And that's a really fast victory. Here's the end of battle results, and that was only a third-class tanker for Colonel Coyote in the T92 HMC, mainly because the battle just moved so quickly he didn't have a chance to get any more damage on the enemy. He got a bombardier because he took out two enemy Arty with one shot. He was aiming at the 114 SP2, but he took out both of the enemy Artys in the process. He landed the shot between them, and he got damage off all three of them, taking two of them with one shot. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, it's only showing 3, but well, it says 5 critical hits, so we'll take it as 5. And his win rate in that game was only 1018, but as I said, he didn't get a chance to do more damage because his team were just too quick. And the T92 HMC does have a rather long reload, so yeah, it was unfortunate, that one. Very, very quick battle. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he's actually about mid-table with 1,179. The top scorer in the game was the Badger, who managed 4,572 hit points, got a steel wall but didn't get a high caliber. Second highest damage in the game was the T95 FV4201 with 3,756, and the third highest damage was the Progetto 65 with 2,801. When it came to kills, it was the Leopard 1 who did the best with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the Progetto 65 and 2 kills went to the Striv 103B and Colonel Coyote because of course he got a bombardier. When it came to base XP, he's a little further down the table because the Badger managed 1017, the Progetto 65 got 930, and the Chieftain managed to get 812, and he managed to get 687, which put him mid-table. But it was a good performance because it was a 15-0 victory. None of his allies were lost in the battle. It only lasted 4 minutes 34 seconds as well, which is a very quick game. He fired only 4 shots, got 1 direct hit on the enemy and no penetrations, but he did get 4 splash. Damage of 1,179 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 4 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 51 hit points of damage assistance, plus 1,097 hit points of stun assist off 2 stuns. He earned 36,733 credits from the game, 17,867 from personal reserves, and 50,000 for completing a mission, so his grand total 103,600 credits. Not bad for a tier 10 game. After ammunition resupply took away 93,600 credits profit. He got 5 bombs because it was a tier 10 game, 1,030 XP times 2 for the first victory, 1,547 completing a mission, and 2,061 from personal reserves. Took away 5,669 experience points altogether. So congratulations on the Bombardier. Let's have a quick look at the armor profile for this Arty. So you can see, yes, the gun is the strongest part of this vehicle. It's actually based off a medium tank, as you probably do know, the T26E3, the Eagle. And so it's got medium tank armor. In fact, at the front there you can see 25.4 millimeters. Lower plate is 25.4 but comes up to 45. Upper plate comes up to 46. The top of the where the engine is, it's only 22.2 millimeters of armor, but of course, as you can see there, it's only the top of the vehicle. Sides of the vehicle, 12.7 millimeters. They've shaved off lots of weight by cutting down the armor on the vehicle, obviously because they don't expect it to meet the enemy face to face. The impacted armor on the gun shield is only 12.7, it comes out at 15, and of course it's open top, so any shell can land inside it. So yes, it's not a very strong vehicle. It's not designed to fight face to face with the enemy, but it can be interesting using this Arty against the vehicle when you have to go shotgun. Let's have a quick look at the modules. Okay, well, you can see that the driver is sitting up front and he's got the gunner's mate, which is actually the radio operator, sitting next door to him. They've got a transmission directly in front of him, and directly behind is the engine with the 2 fuel tanks sandwiching the engine either side. Remember, this is a medium tank in reverse, so the engine's actually out front now rather than in the rear, because at the rear of the vehicle are the mounts for the howitzer, which is, as I said, the biggest gun in the game, 24 centimeters. And we can see that we've got 2 loaders, one of them either side, and we've also got the tank commander on one side and a gunner on the opposite side. There's 2 ammo racks either side of the actual howitzer itself, and none showing actually in the hull. which is kind of odd. And the radio is up front, which is also odd, but I suppose that's so it can be used by the tank commander. So yes, to try and get an ammo rack off one of these is fairly difficult because you have to actually aim for the howitzer itself in order to contact that either or the one on the other side to try and set the thing off. And I think a lot of players will just aim for the front of the vehicle, the hull, and try and get the engine set off for fuel fire, something like that. If you aim for the howitzer itself, it is quite strong and sturdy, so you might get a critical hit, but you probably won't set the thing off. And a lot of people will just aim for the gun shield and try and knock the hit points off the vehicle fairly quickly. But yeah, that's where all the components are on the T92 HMC. So congratulations to Colonel Coyote for getting a bombardier. He managed to snatch away 2 kills very, very quickly, right at the end of the game, just before it ended. But I'm sure he was actually aiming for the TD, trying to take out that 114 SP2, because they are dangerous with a 152mm gun. As we've seen in previous replays, they can really win games, those tank destroyers, because it's a turrety tank destroyer. But he managed to place the shell in just the right spot to get a Conqueror gun carriage and his opposite number, another T92 HMC with the splash. So very well done indeed. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.